Countdown here to 1 to the 5, to the 1 minute mark, make it. We're at the 1 minute mark now. Everybody has crossed that line and checked in, so that part's easy. Now they can go down into the turn and park it and go as slow as they need to avoid crossing the line at the exit pin before 45 seconds. Looks like they're going to be okay because we're at 46, 45. We're at 45 right now, so everybody is legal. Kip Brown is going to have the inside. Mike Webster is going to be right behind him, right beside him, I should say. And behind them is Scott Liddycoat, back where he was told to be. Webster's boat looks like it's slowing down a little bit coming off that exit pin. And Scott Liddycoat, if he stays behind him as he is supposed to, is going to have to slow down a little bit to do that. I will not be surprised to see Scott finish at least second in this heat, even though he's been told to start behind the other two boats. If he's not far behind, he's very likely to catch somebody and finish in second place. Coming down now to the start at 3, 2, 1, mark. It's a good start for Kip Brown. He's out here all by himself. Two boats crossing the start line now. Scott Liddycoat went by Mike Webster as they came across the start-finish line. I don't know if that's what the officials wanted him to do. He did not start behind the rest of the field as he was told to do. We'll have to see how they interpret that. Kip Brown, a leader by a long ways at the start, onto the backstretch with a couple of rooster tails over Scott Liddycoat, who is running second as we thought he would at some point in the 5 laps. Don't know if the officials are going to approve the way he started this heat. He was told to be on the outside and a little behind. He was outside, but not far behind Mike Webster. Now Webster getting a chance to run his new race boat a little bit. He's going to come through the turn in lane 1 as Liddycoat in second place. Comes down to cross the line at the end of lap 1. Webster coming by in third place, so all 3 boats up and running. And it's all Kip Brown so far. Out of the first turn for the second time. He's on lap 2 onto the backstretch. Scott Liddycoat is liable to give him a run. He did start on the outside as he was told. He can run hard, but I'll tell you what, Kip Brown and his boat are both very, very fast. I would not expect anyone in the fleet to catch Kip once he has this kind of a lead. Coming off of turn 2 for the second time, Kip Brown coming down to finish his second lap. Because of the short course, we are running 5-lap prelims. The final tomorrow will be a 7-lap heat. A lot of turning for the drivers, a lot of driving to do. Our leader Brown into turn 1 for the third time, followed by Scott Liddycoat. I believe Scott has been told to slow it down, keep it together, because he is not running particularly hard right now. He flew this boat like a veteran in qualifying. One of the impressive things we saw was the way he was able to handle the boat, get it up in the air, get it going fast. Not looking at all like a rookie driver. Now running pretty easily on the backstretch. Obviously down a little bit from his top speed as Kip Brown comes toward us, entering the front stretch and coming by to finish lap 3. I'll tell you, that young man and his uncle and his partner are a team to watch here in 2011. Kip Brown and the U-17 Miss Red Dot, sponsored by the Red Dot Corporation out of Seattle. Season-long sponsorship, and we thank them for that. Mike Webster came by in his brand new U-22, got a little bit loose and flew it down the front straightaway. Looking at the 17 on the backstretch, that's Kip Brown into the turn one more time. One of 10 turns that he will negotiate here in this preliminary. There will be 14 of those in the final tomorrow. So a lot of work for the drivers to do here. Here's Kip Brown now coming down to finish another lap. This will be his 4th. Crossing start finish. Not running the engine particularly hard, but using the front wing to keep the boat up nice and loose, which you can do even when you are not at full power. Scott Liddycoat comes by running a little bit faster, and there you get a good look at that new black and white 7 Valcon.com. Kip Brown onto the backstretch, running easily now. Still running very quickly, but certainly not at full song as he moves up the Kentucky side of the Madison Racecourse. The Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse, named for the late great driver who visited Seattle and the Tri-Cities and the races out west many, many times in his great career. Good close look at Kip Brown now coming into turn 2 in the 17. Miss Red Dot. Checkered flag flew for Kip Brown. It does so now for Scott Liddycoat. He is in second place after 5 laps. And our third boat to finish will be Mike Webster on the front straightaway now. You're looking at our winner of Heat 1C, Kip Brown in the U17 Miss Red Dot. And Mike Webster picks up a nice third place finish and 225 points. It became very obvious in that heat that if they let Scott Liddycoat get in and battle and they don't tell him to stay to the outside, he will be a contender here. Very, very quick. He was able to quickly get by Mike Webster and move from third place up into second place. Looking at Scott Liddycoat, our second place finisher in the 7, Valken.com. Everybody loves the black boat except the guys that have to work on it. Gets a little warm. You're looking at Mike Webster, who went dead in the infield. He came across the line and apparently was seeing something in the gauges he didn't like, because as soon as he crossed the line, he turned it left into the infield and shut it off. He will wait for a tow back to the pit area. The U-22 out of Reading, Pennsylvania. Great Scott presents the Broadway Tavern. In Detroit, it'll be Great Scott presents Matrix Systems, a sponsor that's been with the team for a couple of seasons. Kip Brown pulling into the dock in the U-17, Miss Red Dot. Had it all his way, the only boat to make a great start. But as we said, Scott Liddycoat was told to stay back a little bit, and had he not been told that, might have been a pretty good race here between Scott and the veteran, we can call him now, Kip Brown, who's been doing this for a while. I want to mention, too, that Cal Phipps, a name you know, will be joining the U-17 team. Actually, he's here with them now, ran some laps earlier, and he will do the driving on this boat in Detroit for the Gold Cup. Here are your results. Heat 1C, U-17, Miss Red Dot, Kip Brown, a wire-to-wire victory, led all 5 laps. Valken.com, the U7, the rookie now has 300 points early in the season. Scott Liddycoat, delightful young man. We'll get a chance to talk to him here at some point this weekend on our live streaming show. And U-22 got around all 5 laps before something went wrong, and Mike Webster wanted to shut it down.